Hey everyone, and welcome back to another story time read aloud brought to you by me, Miss Sasha. And I'm just going to get right on into it, y'all. We are at the close of this book here, JD and the Family Business, written by J.Dillard, illustrated by Akeem S. Roberts. Who does the best hair in the family? Well, I guess they prove that they are just like the bomb, okay? JD, Vanessa, Jessyka, Jordan, Southeast Star champions, y'all. $5,000, five G's, $5,000, okay? You hear me? They are able to split that money. Y'all do the math on that. And that's still a nice amount of bread, a nice amount of dollars for young folks. All right. So I'm very, very proud of them. So now we need to see what's about to happen next. How are their lives going to change now? Let's get into this last and final chapter, chapter 20, post fame life. It took a while for the $5,000 from the TV station to show up. But when it did, as promised, we split it four ways. And Nigel was able to buy a new camera. Kids Cuts and Nails now had over 1,000 subscribers who tuned in every time we posted a new video. Our Southeast Star segment had done well and got almost 100,000 views on the WTOK YouTube channel. Finally, we were getting the kind of attention Vanessa and I had set out to get when we started our family business. The contest was good for our friends too. Jessyka had a few more talks with her dad that led to some changes. Now I have 1 week a month where I get to decide by myself what I want to do with my time, Jessyka said. I write the letters Jessyka across the whole week in the calendar. Usually she and Vanessa spend a lot more time doing videos for Girl Hair and Nails. If I post every week, I'll keep getting new followers, Vanessa said. So are you still going to do junior business scholars after this? I asked her. Vanessa shrugged. Maybe. I don't need the program to show I know how to run a business. I already learned on my own. I guess she was right. She even had an employee, but I never said that out loud. I've got a lot of ideas, JD. Watch out. Jordan was also excited about the future. Never thought I could win a contest, he said. I'm not like you, JD, but I won anyway. So what else can I do? After talking it over with Naja, Jordan decided to start his own Twitch. What's Twitch? Naja had asked. Don't worry about it, Jordan had said, smiling, but I will need to borrow your camera again. Our segment was the talk of the town for days. Every time I went out, people had nice stuff to say. The same was happening online in the comments section. One day when I was having my computer time, I looked through the comments on the video we submitted to WTOK to see what was new. Most of them were regular compliments. Those kids have mad skills. Phew, look at that kid's cold fade. But one was different, longer, and caught my eye. Hi, I'm Holly Williams, the Director of Marketing and Sponsorship for the Beauty Brothers Hair Expo in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm interested in inviting JD, the Kid Barber, to our upcoming convention the first weekend in August. Last minute, yes, but please have a manager email me at hwilliams@beautybrothers.com. We would like to fully sponsor you. Sponsor? What did that mean? I have to ask my mom. Whatever it meant, a trip to Atlanta would be exciting. I wonder if Granddad would take me on a trip that far. I'd like traveling to Jackson for the interview. Will my WTOK prize be enough to pay for a trip? I've never been to a hair expo. I heard Henry Jr. talk about it once. He told me that it was where people came together and taught each other new techniques, traded tips, and learned about new products and styles. I wanted to learn more. And maybe Holly Williams thought I could teach something too. The thing Atlanta made me think about most, though, was my dad. He lived in Atlanta. If I went to Atlanta for the hair expo, maybe I could visit him. If we drove, Atlanta was only 4 or 5 hours away. I knew that because we always passed by on our way to North Carolina to visit my uncle and cousins in Chapel Hill. Or maybe I'd take my very first plane ride. I looked over to the sofa where my mom was reading a book. Mom, can you look at this, please? I said. What is it, JD? She asked. Do you think this is real? I pointed to Holly's comment on the screen so Mom knew which one to read. Can you email them to find out more? I've certainly heard of Beauty Brothers, she said. I can email them from work tomorrow. Before I logged off the computer, I went on the Beauty Brothers website. What I saw amazed me. There were videos of people getting the wildest hairstyles I'd ever seen, different colors and designs I could have never dreamed of. There was a whole page describing the hair show. It was international, which meant the best barbers in the world would be there. And they wanted me to join. Then came the most exciting part. There would be a featured act at the hair show. Kid rapper Lil Easy Breezy. Mom, Lil Easy Breezy is performing at the hair show, I yelled out. Vanessa dropped the hair magazine she was reading in the kitchen and ran over to the computer. Where? I showed her Holly's comment in the Beauty Brothers website. Vanessa started jumping up and down, and then I did too. Who is Lil Easy Breezy? Mom asked. He's the best kid rapper out, I said. Yeah, Mom, everybody knows his song, the TikTok Slide. I pulled up the video for the TikTok Slide. It had over 200 million views. Mom, can you please email back? I asked. Tomorrow when I'm at work, JD, she said, have some patience. By the time Mom got home from work, it felt like I'd waited 8 years. She read me the email she got from Beauty Brothers. Greetings, Miss Jones. I am Holly Williams, Director of Marketing and Sponsorship for the Beauty Brothers Hair Expo. We are the largest beauty hair trade show in the Southeast region. Every year, thousands of hair care professionals across the globe flock to Atlanta, Georgia to network, purchase exclusive beauty products, and gain continuous education within the hair care profession. This year, our theme is the digital glam experience. After watching your son's YouTube video, we are pleased to extend an offer to JD for sponsorship to this year's show in Atlanta. Sponsorship includes hotel and travel accommodations for your son and one adult chaperone. Both will receive complimentary meals, VIP access for the whole weekend, and an exclusive meet and greet with this year's featured act, internet sensation Lil Easy Breezy. JD will be included in this year's social media sensation category for the beauty industry. He will be invited to give a live demo on stage. It's a great opportunity. We hope to see him there. Looking forward to hearing from you within a week if you'd like to attend. All the best. Holly Williams, Director of Marketing and Sponsorship, Beauty Brothers. P.S. Next year, our theme is Natural is Where It's At, the best in locks and natural hair care. We'll keep Vanessa in mind. Mom, you have to let JD go, Vanessa said. My sister had come through. All that time we spent together this summer had made a difference. Bend me next year, she added, smirking after. Mom read the email again in her head. You know we make decisions as a family, she said. It's true. All three grown-ups had to agree to something or it wasn't gonna happen. I'll discuss it with your grandparents. I thought about how old I'd have to be to make my own decisions one day. Sometimes being 8 was not so great. Later that evening, I joined Grandma out on the porch. I didn't know if Mom had talked to her yet. It was warm out, and Grandma was watching Justin play with his toys before he had to take a bath. Grandma, have you ever been to Atlanta? I asked. Yes, baby. Once for a ceramics convention, she said. What did you think of it? Well, it's definitely busy, she said. A lot busier than Meridian. Almost too busy. And she laughed to herself and patted my back. Why do you ask? I think it's a place I would like to live when I get older, I said. Grandma's eyebrows went up and she leaned back like she hadn't expected my answer. And why's that? She asked. There were a lot of thoughts circling in my mind, but I told her that Atlanta sounded like the biggest place for hair. If I was going to be a professional barber one day, I probably needed to live in a bigger city. And if I want to get better, I had to be around different barbers, not just Henry Jr. I understand, Grandma said. I spent some time teaching ceramics out of state. I learned a lot that way. How did you get so good at it, Grandma? Practice and trial and error, she said. You have to learn how to take something you think is good and improve upon it. That's what I've been trying to do this whole time. JD, I think you're already on that journey. Grandma rubbed my cheek. I love when she did that. Over the past several months, I have seen you take your haircutting business very seriously. You work well with others too, and that's important. It's not easy working with family. Grandma and I looked at each other and laughed. Now, your mother told your grandfather and me about your latest opportunity. We talked through the details thoroughly. I'm not supposed to tell you yet, but do you think you can act surprised when you get the official word? Did that mean I was going? I nodded so fast at Grandma that everything got blurry for a second. I gave Grandma a big hug. We sat on the porch for a few more moments while Justin used his Spider-Man action figure to dig up dirt. I didn't know what Grandma was thinking about, but I thought about all the things that could happen on my next adventure. Oh, wow. What a beautiful way to end a phenomenal book. Let me, let me just show you all. Here's the author right here, Brother J.Dillard, and the illustrator, Akeem S. Roberts. Totally amazing. That just like literally warmed my heart. I was starting to get a little choked up at the end. Oh man, this just I love stories like this, and especially too, it's beautiful when you see folks that you can relate to. When you have characters in a story and you have a whole storyline that is relatable, it reminds you of your culture. That draws you into the book. And that's what my intention was for reading this book because, again, I am in the business of trying to develop that culture of literacy in our Black communities, all right? And this is one of the ways in which I know it's going to happen. Because when our children are reading books where they see themselves being represented, when they are listening to those stories and reading those stories that has the experiences and the culture and the language, all right, the style, all of that that you can relate to, that's what's going to want to help you to keep reading even more. And so, shout out again to the author of this book, the illustrator. I give this book an A plus, and I hope that you all enjoyed it as well. And hey, you guys, you already know there's another book after this one, right? Now we got to see what JD is going to do in Atlanta. Okay. And then remember what he said now. His father lives in Atlanta because we still haven't officially met JD's father yet. Okay. So I hope you all join me when I get ready to read the next book in these series of JD, the JD and the Kid Barber, and or excuse me, the JD and the Family Business, and the first one, JD and the Great Barber Battle. So with all of that being said, I'm going to end right now. Thank you all for listening, and please make sure that you are getting your reading in for at least 30 minutes a day. All right, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. I'm Miss Sasha. Take care.